Welcome back to the All Out NRL Fantasy Podcast, a special buy, hold, sell. We start with breaking news, actually, boys. Carter Gordon has signed with the Titans. I'm joined by Clancy and Ben. How are you, boys?
Oh, fantastic. I can't believe this news. I don't even know who Carter Gordon is.
I think he'll be a pretty good signing if they didn't pay him too much.
Yeah. Well, as rugby union fans, Clancy and I are, we were quite shocked to hear that the future of Australian rugby, so called by Eddie Jones, when we took him to the World Cup last year. Clancy, I know you have some thoughts about this, so I'll let you rant.
Well, seem to remember Eddie Jones at the start of the cycle telling all those journalists how stupid they were. Mate, you guys don't know what you're talking about, mate. Mate, we're going to the World Cup to win. We're winning the World Cup, mate. You're so negative, mate. Mate, Carter Gordon's got all the tools, mate. Mate, you're so negative, mate. But now, and now what's going on? He's going to the fucking Titans.
Off he goes, doesn't he? I know.
Can you guys give me some backstory? Is this guy good? What position does he play?
Look, he went to BBC here in Brisbane, and he was touted as probably one of the best up and coming tens in Australia.
Is he young?
He's a young player. He graduated
He's probably like
5
22 or
years ago.
3, I would think.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
I thought he was oldie.
Maybe 24.
So, look, he showed a lot of promise, and now he's off to the Titans, which I think it's a great signing. They're really building something up there in the Gold Coast. So,
The issue was, I think, he was saying he wanted 800K or something to go to league.
which
I don't think will be the case with this, but I think he could make a pretty good 6.
Yeah.
Sort of a running 6.
Do they really need another 6 with Brimo and Jaden and Tanner Boyd and everyone that they have in that position?
Yeah, it is a good question.
He could play 7 as well. He's a fly half in union.
I'm interested to see how he goes.
Full strength squad. They've got Campbell at 1, Brimson at 6. Now Carter Gordon, Tino, David Fafita. They are building up there. Mo Fodawaker, that's another Origin player.
My issue with them is they've got some good players, but do they have a star? You know what I mean? You see
David Fafita.
Tino.
David Fafita and Tino, but what about in their key positions in the
Brimo.
halves? Is Brimo a full-on star?
He's close.
I'd say he's close. He's close. I wouldn't say he's a full-on star, but he's definitely close.
I think they need one more, either hooker or someone in the halves that's going to be a genuine gun.
Agreed. They need a big half because Kieran, he don't cut it for me.
Yep. Look, let's crack on to why we are here. Buy, hold, sell for round 15. The doggies have the buy this week, and there's a few sells. We'll start with them. Bence, I'll start with you. Are we selling or holding Lockie Galvin?
Oh, that is a hold for me.
You hold?
He's a luxury trade. He's Wait, let me look at the Tigers' schedule really quickly. Yeah, their buy schedule is unreal. They only have one buy, and that's round 26. So if you're selling him, I think it's kind of rushed. I'd say he's still got a little bit of money to make as well. So
There is a bit of a concern with Adam Dewey in the extended reserves. Do you reckon he could come in and steal the show, man?
I'd wait until that's actually the case. Once he actually officially gets dropped, I'd probably look to sell him. But right now, I think it's just a bit of a luxury trade.
Do you think they'll wait, not waste their time? Because Galvin's been playing really well this year and he's been getting, good points in fantasy, but he does. The rumours have been he wants to leave.
Yeah.
Which, if Adam Dewey's staying on that smallish sort of contract that they were touting due to his injuries, would they bother with Galvin?
No, yeah, I know.
I personally wouldn't.
Or if he's leaving,
He is a young prospect.
they're coming dead last and they've lost, 9 in a row or something. And if he's leaving, what value does he offer them?
Yeah.
Well, they
that's
got
true.
Luai as well. So can you see? Can Galvin see himself playing next year? Probably not. So it might be the right decision to leave. Let's move on to another sell. David Armstrong is being scouted for the Super League, and it looks like Sharp's going to get his spot until Ponga's back from injury in round 22. So he looks like a sell. Jaden Brayley's on the bench again. Now, we picked him up for the buy round. I would be selling him and buying either Damien Cook in the hookers for the buy round. Obviously, the next buy round's next week.
Yeah, I think the hooker position is still kind of hard because there's not that many 80-minute hookers. You could look at Reed Marnie or something, but he's just not that. I don't know. He's just kind of gets 50s and moves on.
Yeah.
But I think Brayley would go. Who'd you say to buy for him?
Cookie.
Yeah. Cookie looks
Cook.
like the best right now. I don't know how he went last week, but he's been making slow money.
If you can find someone to, fill those hooker positions as well, I don't think it's a real key position that everyone needs an absolute freak in this year. So
Well, one that is going to be a very good buy for the round 16 buy and beyond, because he only has one more buy round, which we touched on last podcast, is Jerome Hughes.
Get him in.
I think he's an absolute buy purchase. He got like 70 something last week. He's still at an all right price at 752k. Only an 8% of teams, so he's kind of a pod anyway.
Yeah. You know what's underrated as well is when you buy players that you enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Jerome Hughes is one of those players. He's a try-scoring half, and I love watching him, and that's why I loved getting him in my team.
He's also doing a load of the ball playing.
Yeah.
With Wishart on the other side, who's predominantly running at the moment. So
And no Munster till about round 20, I think.
I mean,
So-
Wishart's also a buy, you reckon?
Yeah, Wishart's playing really good footy, isn't he?
He's
I mean,
made so much money already.
I didn't see him as this like
This good.
attacking weapon. Eh?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought he was like a bit of a slow.
I didn't know he
kind
had
of-
this in him, hey?
Nah, he's got something in him.
Break even still in the negative, like negative 13, according to this website. It's probably a bit off, but it's negative.
We've got Jerome Hughes as a buy and a sell, a straight swap. Sell is Dylan Brown. I think he's made his money and his time. He doesn't play another buy around 727k. Like that's a straight swap for me for Jerome Hughes. Simple as
Yeah,
that.
agreed. I think he's going to lose money, but I guess the only question mark is if Moses does play Origin, he could like play a few more weeks in halfback. I think once again, it is a little bit of a luxury trade. If you're low on trades, probably don't do it. But
Yep.
yeah, it's definitely arguable.
Let's move on to some more buys of this week for round 15. Jack Cole's got the Penrith gig. Clance, have you got him in your team?
No, I don't have Cole, unfortunately. I wish I did, but just when he was really getting it going, it was just tough to get him in, and I just didn't do it.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, there was a lot of clouds over like if he was actually going to keep his spot or not.
Yeah.
So I think he's still a buy 415k, right, Benz?
Yeah, he is. His base stats are really good. He's getting like nearly 30 tackles a game as a half. So like he's pretty reliable. I'm kind of sad that I missed him, but probably not too late. His break even's still very low, so might get him.
I was lucky last week to buy Fletcher Sharp.
Lucky.
He got 49. Scored a try. I don't know if he's going to continue scoring tries, obviously, and
Well,
scoring
he's dirt
50s.
cheap though, isn't he? He's like
Yeah, he's
300,
dirt cheap.
260.
Dirt cheap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Risk free.
I'd be buying him.
Yeah.
Clancy, we've all heard everyone else's opinions on Origin selection. Do you reckon they're going to pick Latrell?
If they don't pick Latrell, it's just another year of New South Wales stuffing their selection up in Queensland. Just cheering, I reckon.
Agreed. He's like
He's
the-
got to be there.
he'd
He's
be the
gotta
only
there.
player that I'd be like actually scared of if he has the ball. Well,
You know-
not the only one, but you know what I mean.
Another one that I think could be selected, probably won't be, that would be scary, is Connor Watson.
Yeah. He's like a Queensland type selection. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, he's like a versatile, exciting. Like he's not the biggest forward, but he's just gritty.
But like
And-
you can't tell me that Latrell isn't still the best left centre in the comp.
Yeah. He'd play a massive role. I'd be
elite.
I'd be awfully scared if we picked him. Which makes him. Would you buy him this week, considering he might be picked for Origin next week and then not play that buy round, and then he might not back up. So that's 3 weeks he could miss.
I think he'd be likely to back up, but it really depends how. It really depends where he sits in the pecking order of people you want to purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you can wait, obviously there's benefit to doing that because he might get picked for New South Wales and miss games and whatnot. But
I also
number one.
think if you look at the Rabbitohs season, they kind of need him to play, like because there's still a chance of top 8 if they like keep on winning. So I just have a feeling he might back up. So like I would argue, even if he plays Origin, he probably still is a buy.
and it's just like he's playing centre. It's not like they've got Lomax, To'o, who are going to be doing a lot of those meter-eating effort plays. I don't think Latrell will have any issues backing up. I don't know what their schedule is, but
Well, they got a good buy round, right, Benz? They got good buy round schedule. You got it up there normally.
Yeah, they just round 17 and that's it.
Yeah, so I'd be buying Latrell in
Yep.
the hope that he only misses the one round if he plays Origin and backs up every week.
I guess
so.
also going back to Sharp, what you said before, is they have the buy next round. So I think for my personal team, I don't really need cash. I'm probably going to wait 1 week. You're probably going to make a little bit of money this week, but then get him after the buy round.
Yep. Let's move on now. There's some interesting options here, purely just for the buy rounds that we've got down here as buys. Talakai is a sleeper for Origin, but he could be a buy for the buy rounds coming up. David Fafita, obviously a no-brainer. I can't see him getting picked for Origin now that Queensland won
No
the first
point.
game.
He might play third round if they lose, I think. I think that's the only case there.
Yeah.
just on Talakai, I was actually looking at him last week, but Wilton is out for 3 more weeks, I think. Then you've got buys coming up over that period.
Yep.
And he did have a great game on the weekend, but his base is really low.
It is below base,
when he's playing on the left edge as opposed, in the second row as opposed to centre,
Yep.
where he's getting a few more of those, attacking stats. So,
Look, anyone that doesn't play Origin representative, like I would be buying. Sorry, anyone that doesn't play Origin, that's like an international representative for New Zealand.
Storm.
Storm players, Warriors players, like the Roosters players, Manu, etc. You just got to be buying them this week because they're all buys for the buy round. And a reminder that the Dolphins play all the significant buy rounds, so I'll be getting.
They don't play round
18?
18,
Yeah.
yes.
So but they play round 19, which is massive, and round 16. So the Ewan Aikens, the Plaths, JMK, they're all buys. I would be buying them and buying them now.
Would that put JMK over someone like Damien Cook? You think?
That's exactly who I picked up 2 weeks ago for this reason. And he just got like 65 or something. So I think he's one of the best hookers right now as well.
I've had him for a while.
I'd still get Damien Cook. What's the buy round schedule for the Dolphins? Do they have another one
The Finns,
after?
they have
they
round
don't.
18 and that's it.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter, does
And-
it? They're going to score the exact same.
Also, the Tigers, they don't have a buy until round 26. That's the only one they have. So even those players would be pretty tempting.
Yeah. I
Happy
mean,
Chorus out 7.
yeah,
We'll
look,
see.
I think it's going to impact him a little bit, to be honest. Is he going to do kicking? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But it could impact his scoring, especially his tackling, because he's not going to be getting as much tackles in the middle.
He could be getting some more attacking stats though. He has played 7 before for them and wasn't.
I like him at 7, to be honest.
Another one, boys, is Jaden Campbell. Now, we touched on him when we talked about Carter Gordon, but Campbell scored a good 50 on the weekend. Do we see a home for him in the halves, or is he a fullback? Is he going to move there, do you reckon? I think there's going to be a lot of shifting and turning for the Titans.
I think he's just as good in both positions. It's so hard because AJ Brimson comes back round 18 as well.
Yeah.
But based on last game, he got 57 in the halves. Like, he looks like he's a solid pick, to be honest.
I think he's better in at fullback, but I think the whole moving Brimo from fullback's over.
Yeah.
He's too good at fullback, so he's just going to have to. He can develop into a 6. I think he's a pretty electric player. So
The only issue with Campbell is he's like an awkward price, 519K. Just like annoying price.
Yeah.
It's not that point in the season where you're looking for someone to make you a bit of coin while also getting okay scores. So yeah, he just finds himself in a bit of a weird spot.
Look, the holds this week, Olakau'atu got injured last week, which sort of impacted his score. I think he got like 13 or something, which was no good for him. His break-even's going to be quite high. I'll have a quick look at it now.
He's probably a pickup like after the Origin period.
Yeah.
Then.
I mean, Sam Hughes and the fish of the week, Salmon, continues to be in our team regardless of consistent shittery scores. Olakau'atu's break-even's 84. Salmon... his break-even's 33. He's now 479K after 14 rounds. And Sam Hughes, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people sold him, but just because of
I
the
sold him.
injuries.
Yeah.
The injuries at the Dogs, I'd probably keep him.
Well, I had a decision to make probably a month or two ago about probably a month ago where I sell him or I sell Big Liam Henry.
Oh, Big Liam.
And I have held Liam Henry, which is working out. I think
He's been eating.
He's a beast.
He's
mate.
been
I've
averaging
played-
like 65 the last few games or
I've
something like
played
that.
him the last 3 weeks. Just a dominant middle forward.
Yeah,
I
he's
love him.
actually like come out of nowhere, hasn't he?
He's
Like,
what Sam
just-
Hughes should have been.
Yeah.
Sam Hughes has got a bit too much meat on him.
Sam
Liam
Hughes
Henry's
was
like a
cal-
dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whoever said Sam Hughes was the fittest player at the start of the
They
year,
were capping.
they were clearly gapping because...
He was doing 20-minute stints at the start. So
The thing with Bulldogs players is they're all so like annoying to hold, especially Salmon and Hughes. But yeah, they play that round 16.
Yeah.
So you might as well just wait one like more painful week and then finally sell them.
Yeah. A lot of holds here with Origin players holding for round 15. And then I'd probably save the trades this week, then ship them off for the buy round when you get 4 trades. Nanai, Grant, Scott Drinkwater, he has a horrible buy schedule, I believe. Is that right, Benz?
they have Cows.
Clancy would know. Yeah,
They've-
Cows.
They haven't had a buy yet.
16,
Yeah.
They got 3 more to
19,
come.
and 24.
Yeah, so I would be cutting them all, to be honest.
I mean, if you have them, hold them.
Give them this week, but then like if you have Nanai, Cotter, Drinky, you probably have to go blood. So
We got Robson.
I'd
as
hold them.
well.
Yeah,
if you already
Robinson.
have them, just hold them. But I wouldn't look to
hold
buy
them for
them
this week
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Hold them for this week for sure. Another one, Brennan Hands. We got him this week in the all-out team.
Shame late
Diabolical.
mail.
I mean, Lussick, he's just a pest that keeps on pestering.
Mm.
Like, he's always around. He got 33 hands in 68 minutes. So, I mean, it's not great in itself, really,
He's
is
got
it?
the opportunity, though, which is all that really matters for someone that cheap.
Yeah.
I got rid of Lussick for JMK a while ago, and
Paid
I'm
off,
happy
eh?
with it. Yeah, Lussick seems like a fucking annoyance.
Yes.
Finu is still a hold with the Tigers buy schedule, so I'd be holding him as well. I think that's about it, boys, with the buy hold. So do you have a pod buy, Clancy, this week? You always have a pod that you like to say.
Ooh.
And then we'll get into our tips for the week.
Trying to think who I've been looking at this week.
Mate, we know you got someone, and you just don't want to say it. Who you versing this week? That's why.
I don't know either. I'm actually, what day is it? Wednesday. I got time. So I was thinking about maybe like, who was I looking at? I was looking at someone, I just can't remember. We'll make Liam Henry my pod.
Liam Henry, the pod.
On the bench.
Let's have a
Reserved.
quick
42 minute stint on the weekend, mate.
Yeah,
That's all he
he
needs.
got 65 points as well.
Scored a try.
Yeah.
Not a bad option, maybe.
Oh, mate, he's one of my favourite players at the moment. CN Cat. Oh, see, none of these are pods.
Mate, Chance would be a
I like Eli Katoa. He's come off 63, 69, 61 scores.
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah.
And also the Storm bar schedule is juicy. So
And Hughes with no Munster on the other side, getting a lot of the ball,
oh yeah.
dishing it to him.
Yeah.
And he's a big boy. It always, every time he takes a hit up, it looks like he's injured, which is a concern. Like at the start of the game last week, he was gone after every hit up. I was like, fuck.
All right, boys, let's get through the tips for the week. We got Cronulla Sharks with the Dolphins Thursday night. Cronulla $1.34. The Dolphins $3.30. Here you go.
Sharkies.
Are we tipping just on who we think will win or
Yeah,
the
who do you
odds?
think will win?
I think the Sharks win, but I like those juicy odds for the Dolphins.
Nico Hines Sharks.
I'm going to go Sharks as well, 1-12. Raiders, North Queensland Cowboys. Raiders $1.73. Cowboys $2.12.
Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders for me.
Cowboys.
There we go. Brisbane Broncos $1.58. South Sydney $2.39. I'll go the Rabbits in an upset.
I'm going the Rabbits as well.
I'm going Brisbane at great odds as well.
West Tigers versus Gold Coast. West $2.35. Gold Coast $1.60. Titans will run through them.
Yeah, I think the Tigers could show a bit of fight this week, but yeah, I'll take the Titans.
I'm going Titans.
Yeah. New Zealand Warriors, Melbourne Storm. This is a great game. Storm $1.95. The Wars $1.89.
That's disrespectful.
I'm going for the Storm.
I
for
might
the upset
load the
there.
house on the Storm here.
Yeah, Storm on the upset.
Where is that?
It's in New Zealand.
But we have to remember SJ is back.
SJ is back.
And Tamari Martin, who's been cooking, he's playing 5'8".
I'm going Storm.
Yeah, Storm.
Yeah, I'm going Storm as well.
Parramatta versus Sydney Roosters, $1.42. Sydney Roosters. Parramatta, $2.88. Roosters should win.
They will win.
Roosters win.
Their team is like full strength pretty much.
I've never seen a bunch of more overrated players than some of the players in the Eels.
Also, just quietly, I don't know if you guys saw it, quickly off topic, Gutho complaining about the ref. That annoyed me.
Mate,
He's
do you see
always
that?
complaining.
Oh, mate, him and Moses.
They're
going
annoying,
like this
man.
This is the key thing with persuasion is you can't just do it every time. They're just the boy who cried wolf and they end up,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta
They're
actually
annoying.
Oh, it just
Roosters.
They need to
must
take a
be the-
leaf out of Cameron Smith's book. He knows how to do it
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Although how good was that Captain's Challenge by Gutho? With
Yeah, that was great
their
Captain's
own
Challenge.
error.
Yeah,
that was
great
special.
Captain's Challenge. Moving on. St. George versus Manly. St. George, $2.68. Manly, $1.47. I'm going Manly.
I'm also going Manly.
I'm up the red V, baby.
Just for that meme that we could post.
Yeah, up the Saints.
And Newcastle Panthers to round out the weekend. Penrith $1.29. Roosters $3.63.
Panthers. Oh, wait.
Newcastle, you mean?
Newcastle. Who did I say?
You
Panthers.
said Roosters.
Oh, right. There you go. Newcastle. Yeah.
But Penrith.
Yeah, Panthers. Easy.
Panthers go done. Alrighty. Anything else, Ben, before we wrap it up for the week? I know it's been a hectic week with Origin and all that. It's going to be a more hectic week next week as well.
I guess I'll just finish off by saying if you don't need a trade, don't trade. I think it's one of those weeks you just save your trades, and that's my only advice. And also, round 20, right, we get 8 more trades. Is that correct?
Exactly right, mate.
Yeah, so don't be feared. It's coming.
Stay patient. Nearly.
Stick the course.
Once Origin's done, everything will be a lot more clear. So just,
Stick the course.
Hang in there.
Hang in there. If you got no trades, then you weren't supposed to be here anyway. So.
Exactly.
All right. We'll see you then. Have a good weekend.
Goodbye.